everybody, I'm back, and wow, really thought the next video I'd have up and ready would be the Scooby-Doo Next Generation, which is still coming, just have like 2 more to do. But Hell of a Boss Season 2, Episode 3 was so good. Like, wow, the pacing was nice, the jokes were solid, seeing more of Greed was really nice, a couple things did drag on, but not by much. Also, if I had a nickel for every time I thought we were gonna get a Millie-centered episode, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's crazy it's happened twice. Anyway, love just about everything. Also, I won't be redesigning Crimson, because honestly I feel like I'd be beating a dead horse with the whole kids looking like a small clone, which I get does happen IRL, but the Has-Been and Hell of a Boss universe do this a lot. Either way, Moxie's dad sucks, but is one solid villain, I'll tell you that. And though Crimson killing his wife was shocking, I hate to say, Chaz is what stole the show for me. Like, okay, when, like, the storyboard trailer dropped, I was like, okay, Shark Demon, cool. But does this mean we're gonna see the Envy Ring? I was way more excited about seeing the Envy Ring than the Shark Demon that I didn't care about. And then the fully made gifts dropped, and I was like, okay, cool, he's kind of cool looking, like, fine. But once he stepped through that door, it was love at first sight. Like, wow, okay, the VA frickin' killed it. Like, so good. And before anyone, like, goes off in the comments, no, the voice actor is not the same voice actor for Edric Blight. That is Ryan O'Flanagan, whereas Chad's voice actor is Eric. I'm not saying that because I know I'm gonna do it wrong. However, they do sound similar, so I can see how people got that mixed up. But whatever, his design is honestly adorable. Like, once I could fully see it, like, it kind of reminds me of, like, a Halloween skin for JoJo. And like, I have the sense of humor of a 13-year-old boy, so all his like inappropriate jokes made me laugh. And I still can't believe he was able to trick Crimson. Like, dude, seriously? Guy didn't even upgrade his outfit. He's still wearing the same outfit he had when he was working for you in the beginning. Anyway, I don't think there's anything I disliked about his design except for like the overlying base. For example, the extra fins on his back. You know, like he didn't really need 3. And his Mickey Mouse hands, which I can't really tell if they're gloves or not due to them lining his fingers. Also, his hair, like, I love it. It's just I saw a lot of people confusing his horns, yes, horns, as hair strips. Which, yeah, I can see why. Because unlike Millie and Moxie, you can see where the base of their horns go. Where Chaz's just looks like it's part of his hair and is super duper flat. Like, there's no definition at the bottom to show that they are, like, on his head. Also, this is just a me thing, but his highlight hair color thing is such a weird color. Like, usually it's the hair's normal color, just brighter, you know, to make, like, that shiny effect. But, like, for this one, they decided to use yellow. So I'm like, is there a lot of product in his hair? Or are these like weird stripes in his hair that are going the wrong direction? Very confusing. It's the one thing where I just kept looking at him. I'm like, I don't know what this is. And the last thing is his tail. I both love it and kind of don't love it. Like from this part down, love. This part, not so much. Also, this one fin bugs me because it's less sharp than the others. And it's the only one, too. So it's just kind of weird. Other than that, I freaking love the design. He's adorable, and I seriously hate that they killed him. And that we didn't get to see how he and Millie started dating and broke up. Like, and I kind of would have liked to have seen, like, what their relationship was in the past. But yeah, still mad that they killed him. And because of that, I've decided to make an AU where he's not dead, but alive. So let's get into that. So before I get super into this, I just want y'all to know this is all in good fun. The episode was great, and I loved the tension and darker elements, and Moxie's struggles, as it finally showed why he acts the way he does. Because for a while, I just assumed Moxie had, like, low self-esteem, and that episodes about him were always going to be about him overcoming some struggle, or just be yourself kind of thing. So this episode was a great surprise, and I might do a video on all of Season 2, so I can get, like, a full picture of what's going on. But for this video, it's just me being silly and having fun with a character who was pretty much made just to die. So I'm gonna talk about how BB finds Chaz, because that's just like the start of everything. Also, this is BB, my new Sona / OC, because at this point my Sonas are more OCs than me, since I don't actually act like that. Anyway, BB finds Chaz on the beach in the Envy Ring, since if helicopters transfer to a different ring using a different system, then who's to say there aren't water tunnels leading to other rings? Anyway, she first thinks he's dead, but he is still breathing, but not by much. For this AU, it's easier to imagine Crimson pulling Chaz's teeth out than his whole jaw, because that's like a lot of work. So basically, Crimson tortures Chaz, pulls his teeth, wraps up his gills, so when he dumps him, he won't be able to breathe underwater, along with cutting his throat just for good measure. But luckily, the tape doesn't hold, and Chaz is able to breathe underwater for a bit, so that's how he's kind of able to survive. BB takes him back to her place just to see if she can salvage the body, as having a shark bodyguard would be great. BB gets to work patching Chaz up. He's unconscious for most of it, which is good, but does wake up eventually. He's completely bedridden and can't talk. He can't write anything either due to his cuts and broken wrist, but that doesn't stop BB from talking to him about what needs to happen for him to heal, which takes a few months. Chaz is still untrusting, obviously due to almost dying and living in greed where everyone looks out for themselves, but with BB being half seahorse, she can't help but be friendly, and Chaz kind of takes note of that. When Chaz is somewhat healed enough to move, he's warmed up to her, though there is zero feelings at this point. After a little while, Chaz is able to write, and he and BB bond over his bad jokes. However, BB does eventually ask what happened, and Chaz decides that that's something he does not want to talk about, which kind of concerns BB, but she lets it slide. After about 2 more months, Chaz is somewhat healed enough, so BB tells him she's going to take him to go get some new teeth until his old ones grow back, and get him some new clothes since his old ones couldn't be saved, and he can't keep wearing her brother's old swim trunks. They make a day of it, and Chaz gets to learn that he's been in Leviathan City the whole time. I kind of headcanon a city on Leviathan's back since he's kind of like an enormous sea monster, kind of like that cosmic turtle from It. Anyway, the city's insane and clearly earns its name for being the most envious place to live. They have a fun time shopping, and for once, Chaz gets to pick something he likes that isn't mafia styled. Redesign part, I guess. Sorry, I know this is long, but I'm having fun. So I took the product out of Chaz's hair and made his hair longer to show the passage of time. As you can see, Chad had one of his horns broken, so he has a silver cap, or, well, silver plated, because that's cheaper. He has scars over his mouth and neck and nose, the biggest being his neck, as that was supposed to be the finishing blow. From Chaz's OG outfit, it would seem he likes to keep warm. I mean, with that turtleneck sweater and leather jacket combo, it really gives off the vibe that he likes to be warm, right? So I went with the same silhouette, just simplified. I put him in a tight long sleeve muscle shirt / thermal wetsuit with neon bloody teeth, as I'm sure he'd find it funny in a dark kind of way. A jean jacket similar in shape to his old one, but with a fun design on the back that I will eventually figure out what that is. But it will be something bone related, to make up for the lack of bones, since that seems to be a theme with loan sharks and their outfits. I got him a replacement belt. I did want to give him a buckle, but couldn't figure out what. So, any suggestions? As for pants, faked ripped jeans with neon cuts to match his shirt. Not super into the knee ones, so I might take those away. I haven't really decided yet. And his shoes, they're exactly the same as his old pair, but the heels are green. I still kind of want to put him in sneakers, but I love a good heel. And as for the redesign part, because as you can see, I didn't really do a full redesign like I normally do. This is more of an AU future type thing, but I did do somewhat of a redesign. Which would be his tail, which all I did was simplify it a bit. I took the dots off since there's no dots on his body except there. Cleaned up his skin tears. Yes, that's skin. And yes, this is what Chaz's bones look like. A lot cooler than the other ones, weirdly enough. And reshaped his upper tail fin, as is the only fin that's not sharp. Also, side note, there's no full body base of Chaz, like how the other background characters and Crimson have a full body lineup. Chaz's has still not been revealed, which I think is not fair, but whatever. So I kind of had to guess his arm and hand structure, because sometimes they draw his arms similar to Blitzo's, and other times a normal arm. So I went with a normal arm, as I'm not that great at drawing Blitzo's arms. As for color, it's still his base colors, but I made his skin less pale to show he's a bit healthier now, along with being in a completely different ring. As for his outfit, I went with more green blues than his gray-black combo. Judging by the Envy Citizens colors, it's a big thing there. Also, I just put redesign in the title because I honestly had no idea what to call this other than an AU, but then again, I did technically redesign his tail, so I guess you could call this 10% redesign, rest of the present AU. But this is all in just good fun, and I don't ever get to do that a lot. Anyway, they get to the store to get his teeth. They're all fake teeth, as it's cheaper than getting real ones. Chaz can't make a decision, and he's worried that BB won't like him once he starts talking, as he always seems to say the wrong things. I know it's a long shot, but the scene where Chaz leaves Moxie didn't feel right. Like, his face is clearly worried, and he even starts to go to help him, but immediately gets scared and runs off. But that also leaves me with, why did Moxie and him rob a bank when Moxie comes for money? Like, I don't understand. However, there is a theory that Chaz and Moxie were going to run away together, but Chaz chickened out. So I like to believe there's a part of Chaz that does care, but his greed is stronger. Anyway, BB picks out silver teeth. She says they match his horn. When they leave, Chaz and BB talk a little bit, but because Chaz has gotten so used to not talking, his throat hurts a little bit every time he overexerts himself. He keeps thinking he wants to try something with BB, but his broken body says nope. Anyway, after a while, when they go to bed, Chaz goes to sneak out and rob BB as well, but stops. The mob thinks he's dead, but how long till they figure out he's not and come looking for him? He's got no money, and what he's taken clearly isn't going to be enough for anything. He's still not fully healed enough to charm his way around, and BB's been nothing but nice, going out of her way to heal him for the past 6 months, when any other demon would have let him die or be eaten. So he puts the stuff back and decides to stay. Side note, they don't develop feelings for a good while, as Chaz is still Chaz, but is more paranoid due to his anxiety about almost dying. He's still selfish but works on it, and BB's no saint either, which he'll find out. But that's all I got for now. Next video will be Scooby-Doo Next Generation Part 1. I'm probably going to make 4 videos about each character, or at least 1 solo video for Shaggy's great-granddaughter. Also, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I know this video coming out is way past it, but I've never had so many happy birthdays in all my 23 years. Also, look at all the dope-ass birthday gifts I got. My friends are the best, as well as the fans, which is such a weird word to say. But I love everything they made me, especially the Chaz ones. My friend Alex really got me down pat. Also, I get me liking Chaz is kind of weird, but I seriously haven't vibed with a single character in the show. Like, I like Verostica, don't get me wrong. And the main cast is fine as well, but I have like 0 attachments to them, which is weird since we're on season 2. Like, the love that a lot of fans have for Luna, that's kind of what I'm feeling towards Chaz. So hopefully you guys can understand, like, this weird obsession I have with him right now. But yeah, I'm super aware he's dead, so some of y'all don't have to keep telling me. But, Danny Draws on Twitter did just come out with a comic on how Chaz could have survived, and honestly, it's so smart. I can't show it because they don't allow reposting, which respect, but if you want to read it, the link is in the description. It'll be right down in there. Anyway, I hope you all had a really fun time with this. I know it's a little different than how I normally do things, but, this was a character that I genuinely enjoyed, which is kind of rare. I mean, I do enjoy some of the background characters a little bit more than the main cast, but this one was very fun. Like, Chaz made me laugh in the same way that the pilot episode made me laugh, like, this episode was a good combination of the pilot and season 1, episode 7, where, like, it was a lot of fun, a lot of music, like a lot of character moments. So it was a nice, healthy mix, and the entertainment value that I got from this episode was a lot, and I did genuinely enjoy myself. The last couple episodes of this season have been kind of mixed feelings for me, and I'll probably explain them once this season is fully over, because I feel season 2's doing more than season 1 did, if that makes any sense. I might talk about season 1, I just don't know. It all depends on you guys and how you want to hear me talk about the show. But yeah. Anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!